Hello, my name is Roshana, and I want to talk to you today about the fact that you're not your thoughts. And if anyone studies meditation or human consciousness, you know that we're not our thoughts. We're actually the observer of our thoughts. So when I have a thought, this milk tastes good, right? I'm not the thought that is speaking in my head. I am the awareness of the fact that that thought is in my head right now. You understand? So we're not our thoughts, first of all. Second of all, our thoughts come from everything that we have ever seen, everything we have ever heard. And that comes from television, from our friends, from our family, from books, from advertisement, from the radio, from music. Like, it literally, everything that you have ever witnessed or heard has a possibility of being a thought in your head, and these thoughts can come out of nowhere. Kind of like how sometimes you get a song in your head out of nowhere, and you're like, who was just singing this? Thoughts can do the same thing. So, for victims of assaults, if you're having thoughts that are negative, or thoughts that are jarring, thoughts that are not you, you continually tell yourself, this isn't me, I don't understand why I'm having these kinds of thoughts about either hurting yourself or hurting others, which is actually common for people who suffered through abuse to go through. I just want to let you know that you're not those thoughts. And my therapist Jay, because I myself have gone through assault before, and my therapist Jay put me on to some amazing knowledge. He said, he explained this whole thing to me, and he said, now, whenever you have a thought like that, all you have to do is, when you have the thought, say out loud. Don't say it in your mind too, but say it out loud so your ears can hear your own voice saying this about it. Say, that isn't me. No, that isn't me. And then move on to another thought. Because yes, as a man thinketh, so he beeth, but more so it's whatever you actually invest the energy to think about. So if you have thoughts about hurting others or hurting yourself, and you don't identify with those thoughts, just say out loud, no, that's not me. And then move on. And also I want to say, emotions are very important. So when you do say out loud, no, that isn't me, don't say it worked up. No, that isn't me. Don't say it like that. Calm down. Breathe. Just understand that this is a thought. That isn't you. It's just a thought that's in your head. Kind of like, it's basically like when you watch television and you don't like what's on, so you turn the channel. It literally is, okay, this thought is across the screen called my mind. Okay, I'm changing the channel. But before you change it, you just say calmly, no, that's not me. And then you change the channel to a whole different thought that you actually want to think about. So that's what I want to tell victims of assault. If you're having any thoughts harming others or yourself, understand that you're not your thoughts. And the more you deny those thoughts that you don't want to be thinking, the more you say, no, that's not me, and you think about other thoughts that just are better to think about, off the topic, better to think about, those thoughts will be less and less occurrent in your life until they barely, if even, show up. Like, they're either barely show up or they just won't show up at all. And that's what I want to tell victims of assault, because I know for me, it was bad. It was very troublesome. And I remember me and my therapist, we talked about so much. But this is like one of the few things I did not want to talk to him about. I did not. Because when you have these thoughts, it's very difficult to share with another person, because you're like, okay, I already know how I look at myself as being crazy and all this stuff. How are they going to look at me? And you just don't want to be judged, and there's that fear that they could judge you. Because yes, you are having these thoughts, and yes, you are admitting it. But it literally got to a point where it was so bad, I'm like, look, I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk of him judging me, of him sending me to a psych ward or something. But honestly, I just need help. And I'm so happy I opened up and did share with him, because he was able to give me this wisdom that I have been using ever since. And now I get to share it with you. So stay strong.